Before I start the video, I want to apologize for the lighting and quality of this video, including the sound. I'm doing this on my laptop. I want to get this off my chest because it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I've touched on it in other videos, but I want to dive a little bit deeper in this video. And that is the idea that be careful who you listen to in life, and be careful who you allow to influence you. And here's why I want to share this message with you today. For the past 2 years, and this is why I've started speaking out in a broader way about what's going on in the world. For the past 2 years, I've seen people being manipulated and influenced in ways influenced to do things they wouldn't normally have done, right? You probably have seen it too if you have a level of soul awareness and self-awareness, right? Because remember, like everything in life is a continuum or a spectrum, right? And we all fall. Boy, this is really dark here. I apologize for that. We all fall somewhere on that spectrum of super in tune and in touch with your soul and your internal guidance system, or super out of touch with it, like completely out of touch or completely in tune. People that are completely in tune with who they are and what their purpose here in life is and what they came in to do, they don't care what's happening in the world. They don't care what's happening around them. They're going to do that purpose above all else because they know that their whole mission in life was to find out who they really are and then express themselves in the truest, most authentic way, whether that is creating businesses, speaking your truth, serving other people, helping other people. You came here with a purpose, a legit purpose. And when you find out what that is, you won't care about what's happening in the world. The world will be falling down around you, and I guarantee you're going to do your purpose till your dying breath. And you're not going to pay any attention, because once a human being finds their purpose, it becomes their highest calling. David Data, who wrote the book on relationships, the Way of the Superior Man, he said that even relationships come secondary to a man finding his purpose. And I also think that a woman finding her purpose, that's also true as well. Human beings finding their purpose is the most important thing. And this is why it's been very disturbing to watch what's happened in the last 2 years with our attention being hijacked. I call it that. It's been hijacked. And the detrimental effects of that for all of us, we'll never really know, right? Because if you hijack a human being's attention and you turn it outward to focus on, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm on the news every day and I'm going to tell you what you need to know about this situation. And I'm not going to allow you to tune into your soul and guide you. This is why I say it's super important to turn off the media. There's nothing there for you. Everything's right here. Everything's right here for human beings. Everything you need to know to keep you healthy and wealthy and safe and happy and satisfied with your life and fulfilled and joyful. It's right in here, my friends. The kingdom of heaven is within. Let your soul guide you. People sometimes look at me as crazy. Well, Mark, how are you going to know what's happening in the world? This may sound crass. I don't care what's happening in the world. I came in and you came in with a purpose and a mission. And your mission wasn't to pay attention to what's happening in the world and disregard your internal guidance system. That wasn't your mission. Because the only way that humanity moves forward, that we improve the collective experience and you improve your personal experience, is to tune in to what your soul is guiding you to do at every single moment of the day. That's why I'm making this video right now. My soul guided me to make this video. And so, since I'm tuned into what my soul's telling me to do, I'm going to make the frickin' video. By the way, shout out to this awesome company, life is good, and also their motto, I don't know if it's backwards, but I'll read it to you. Do what you like what you do. Do what you like what you do. I love that company. It's super inspiring. It's one of the companies that I, kind of model Focus and Flow after, because Focus and Flow is a lifestyle brand, right? What are you going to focus on, and where are you going to flow your energy to? I'm not going to focus on politicians. I'm not going to focus on the mainstream media, because I would distract myself from my soul's calling. What's your soul calling? Are you doing it? See, right now, there are basically no barriers to entry to do your soul calling. There's no barriers. All the social media is free. You can express yourself totally freely. Now, of course, in this day and age, we have to worry about censorship, but there's ways around that. Speaking in code, silencing your words so you don't, trigger the bots, so to speak, but it can be done. But I do caution people, be careful, because remember, the system, and I'll say it, the system doesn't want you to be in touch with yourself, because when you're in touch with yourself, you're useless to them, right? You don't buy their shit. You don't watch their movies. You don't listen to their music. And make no mistake about it, some of that stuff is awesome, and I gain a lot of inspiration from it. But if you're doing it all the time, you're wasting your life purpose. You didn't come here to do that. One of the things that I talk about all the time is, imagine yourself on your deathbed. What will matter then, right? What do you want to do? Project yourself on your deathbed. Let's say you're 95 years old and you're on your deathbed. What's your greatest accomplishment? What's the thing that you wanted to do the most, that you overcame the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty, the scariness of it, that you did that thing above and beyond? That's beating resistance, like Stephen Pressfield talks about. That's slaying the dragon of your consciousness, right? Of the consciousness we pick up in the world. Earl Nightingale said, most people conform. They conform to a world that is, I'll say it, sick. The world is sick. Krishnamurti said it too. To be well adjusted to a sick society is no measure of health, my friend. None. So if you are not well adjusted to the last 2 years, high five. I give you a high five, my friend, because I got to tell you, this is some crazy shit that's going down. If you're well adjusted to this, then please do some self-introspection, because from my perspective, this is not normal. And from my research and my studies, this is not normal. Emerson said, let your soul guide you. It didn't say, let some little man who is in a position of power back in Washington, D.C. guide you. It didn't say that. That is not a good course of action, right? And I'm not judging people for doing what they do, but I'm just telling you, I've been really upset with the fact that some nefarious players in the world are pulling my fellow human beings off their soul path. And yeah, it makes me angry. And yeah, it makes me want to speak up and say, hey, wake up. Those people don't have your best interests at heart, right? Those people don't have it. Let me just tell you how what I've done, and maybe you can find benefit in this, and then I'll wrap up this video. But again, the core message is, what is your purpose? Are you living your purpose? It's the most important thing for you to do as a human being. Even if you start in a small way, I get it. You may have gone down the path in life where you have been influenced by other people who don't know your soul purpose. Newsflash. No one's going to know your soul purpose. You're the only one that can know it. People can reflect it back to you, but you've got to gather the data that you're getting, not only your firsthand experiential data of what you love and enjoy and what makes you come alive, right? Like I said, if you want more information on this, I also do consulting on this, because I find when people know their purpose, if we all knew our purpose, life would be freaking dreamy. It would be heaven on earth. I know I'm going all over the place, but let me just dive into this little idea. I believe that heaven on earth is when you know your purpose and you're living your purpose. and you're creating things that are natural for you to create, that are a natural expression of who you are. That's heaven on earth. Hell on earth is when you are so detached from your soul, you don't know yourself, you don't know why you came here, you don't know what makes you special, different, and unique, and you don't know the ultimate value that you came here to give to us, other people in the world. That's hell on earth, in my opinion. And heaven on earth is when you are in full alignment with who you are, and you know your soul's purpose, and you have no need to listen to kooky people trying to distract you. Actually, you won't even have a need not to listen to them. You'll have no reason to listen to them. Again, doubling back, when you know your purpose, everything else fades away is silenced, and you won't watch the media. You won't listen to politicians, etc. But my point is this: if you want more consulting on this, I would love to hook up with you. gmarkphillips.com/consulting, and we'll go through it. I've got about 25 and growing questions to help you find your purpose, right? These ideas are also integrated in a number of my courses. You can check those out at gmarkphillips.com/courses. But at the end of the day, I benefit when you're on your purpose. I don't benefit when you are distracted and manipulated and used and influenced wrongly and taken off your path. Stephen Pressfield talked about it as well, my friends. He said, if you don't do your thing and beat that resistance, not only do you lose out, but he loses out, the angels that watch over you lose out, and we all collectively lose out. If you have the war of art, yes, the war of art, I always get it mixed up with Sun Tzu's book as well. If you have the war of art, go get it and read The Artist's Life, which is a one-page essay. It's super short in the back there, and you'll get it. The most important thing is for you to live your purpose, right? Okay, I told you I would tell you how I found my purpose and how I started this journey back in 2013, which is something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to speak my truth. I always wanted to express myself, but for years I was afraid. What will people think of me? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I ready? Right? Do I look right? Do I sound right? That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit, right? Whatever you're inspired to do, I encourage you to do it. And if you're afraid to tell people, don't tell people. A lot of my friends don't know what I'm doing because I have a lot of resistance. Just FYI, I had and have. It's becoming less as I go forward. But I don't tell people, right? I fall into the school of thought that if you are walking your soul purpose in life, that's a huge task, a huge task. My thinking is, why would I put more resistance on my path by telling people, friends and families members, that I know love me and I know want the best for me, but why would I put more resistance on my path by telling them my exact blueprint of everything I want to build in life before I built it, and open up the possibility for them? And I say this, and I'll say it again. I know they love me. I know they want the best for me, but why would I open up the possibility for them to question? I already questioned it enough. Let's be real. I have enough resistance in my own limiting beliefs, my own doubts, my own worry, my own anxiety. I don't need them, and I think it happens in an unconscious way. I don't need them putting more resistance on my path. So honestly, I don't talk about a lot of the things that I do. Go look at my Instagram page at gmarkphillips. Instead of telling you all the things that I do, I say some things and do some things. And that is part of the comedy that I want to do in life too, which is, my top 3 core values are fun, freedom, and full self-expression. And as I come into more alignment with who I am, that's why I did my first comedy special last year, gmarkphillips.com/comedy, because a lot of my content was close to being in alignment, but it was a little bit off and it didn't feel fully right. And it's now feeling more fully right as I make light of the situation, right? A lot of my stuff on my social media and moving forward going to be a lot more making light of the situation because it makes me feel good. It feels right to me, right? What feels right to you? What topics interest you? What do you naturally gravitate towards, right? Well, there's a whole bunch of ways that you can hone in on your purpose. And like I said, I feel it's the most important thing human beings can do. And I've been very upset with the fact that these politicians and public health officials have been pulling us off of, trying to pull us off our path, our purpose. And why would they do that? Because they want to hijack your attention. They want to hijack your consciousness. They want you thinking about things that benefit them, right? Because when you're living your purpose, you're useless to them. See, I'm useless to those people. I'm useless to them. I don't think about the things they want me to think about. I don't talk about the things they want me to talk about. I don't do the things they want me to do. I'm useless to them, right? I'm going off my internal guidance system and my soul and God, right? It's all in the mix there. These players in the outer world, I don't listen to them. I listen to this. If this inspires me and guides me to listen to someone, I listen to them. But I always listen to this. It's tuning into your intuition. I know I promised you the steps, and I will give you those steps right after this last idea I want to share with you. I have never in my entire life been more in tune with my intuition than the past 2 years. 2020 and 2021. I swear to you, the world did fall down around us. And it, even if it was worse, I still would have never changed my path. Again, because my mission and my purpose is clearly known to me now, right? And so I do it. Now, here's some steps that I would encourage you. If you haven't discovered your mission or purpose, and make no mistake, it's never too late to do that. Number one is you got to tune out the noise. That means no media, a lot of the mainstream content. Don't watch that stuff, at least in the beginning, right? In the beginning, you got to get to know yourself. The whole purpose of the whole underlying idea with me sharing these things is you turn away from the noise in the outer world because it's distracting you. It's distracting you from your purpose. Tune out the noise, even driving your car in silence. Read the Bible, read spiritual literature, Yogananda, Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, those kind of things. Read that kind of information. Tune out the noise. Meditate. That's huge for driving you inward. Walk in nature. Write down ideas. Keep a journal, right? With the thoughts that you have. Keep a list. Doubling back to the list of questions that I use myself is keep a list of things that, what do you feel you came here to do? What do you think your purpose is, right? What have other people been reflecting back at you your whole life that you maybe didn't notice? Because remember, we all have preconceived notions about who we are. And sometimes those notions are incorrect. Because remember, human beings, we often perceive the world not as it is, but how we are and how we think we are. And based on the programs we've accepted and the beliefs we've accepted to be true about ourselves, right? If you say yourself, I'm not athletic, and you really are athletic, you may live your whole life and not know that you could have been a stellar athlete, right? But those limiting beliefs cause you to block out that. So I hope this video finds you well. Again, please be under your own influence and please stop listening to these clowns. In my experience, and you've got to arrive to this on your own. You got to arrive on your own. This is the thing about life. Everyone has to figure it out on their own. The only reason I share these videos and the only reason I started my channel is I don't want to see people suffer, right? I don't want to see people lost. I don't want to see people in pain doing things in life that don't bring them joy and fulfillment and happiness. Again, because all the things that you want are going to happen when you align with yourself. The relationship you want, the money you want, the work you want, the career you want. You're never going to find it listening to someone else. You got to listen to yourself. Elon Musk listens to himself. Richard Branson listens to himself. Mark Cuban lets his soul guide him. Russell Brand lets his soul guide him. Joe Rogan lets his soul guide him. They're all doing things that they enjoy. All people who succeed at a high level, if they are truly happy, there are people that can succeed at a high level doing things that are out of alignment with who they are, but they won't be happy. And this is where alcohol abuse comes in. This is where drugs come in. This is where self-destructive behavior comes in. If you are whole and happy and you're doing something you love, you are doing it right. And I encourage you to find people that are that way and follow them, right? And watch them and see what they're doing. In every walk of life, there are people that are doing something you want to be doing. Well, let me put it this way. For every walk of life, there's someone doing something you want to be doing. Model them, emulate them, reverse engineer it, see what they did. It's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. And if it does, chances are it's going to be chutes and ladders, and eventually you're going to have to go back to ground zero to build that foundation, right? I've been doing this I started in 2013 with my first video, didn't really take it serious till 2017 with the weekly podcast. But that's almost 10 years. And really, I don't even count the first 4 years because, I was a dabbler. I didn't take it seriously. I take it seriously the more I get on with this, right? So take it seriously from the beginning and you're going to get there a lot faster, right? Thank you for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this content and subscribe for more videos like this. And until next time, I wish you all the best on your journey, health, wealth, and success. And more than that, I wish that you find your purpose and live your purpose and do your purpose. And I'm going to share the formula with you that I always think about for success and happiness and wealth and prosperity and friendship and all those things. And that is this: be you and do you, and you're going to have a badass life. Simple. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.